Here with Nick Smith after the 4-0 loss to Aquinas in the second round of the national tournament. How do you feel like your girls performed today?
I think the performance actually that we gave today was quite good. And we played a team who is very good with us today. And we knew that coming into this game that we had to do just about everything right. And I think we made just a few mistakes early on in the game. And that allowed Aquinas to open us up a few times and score a couple goals. And playing Aquinas from behind was always going to be tough. But I think in particular in the second half, we were able at times to really get the ball down and to try and get at them a little bit. But all in all, really proud of the group, really proud of the team effort today. And then also the season itself, just really proud of these young women for what we've been able to accomplish this year.
Yeah, it felt like a few young people really stood out and stepped up, and Trinity Rowe, I know, was one on the back line that just seemed comfortable even from the beginning. Like, talk about, like, you know, a couple of different players that you felt like really stepped up in there.
Yeah. Trin for sure, coming in as a true freshman and playing full games in these last 3 days. Really good experience for her, but also playing in a really important position in the center back of a back three. She communicated well, she challenged well, played well. I think the decision making from her was really mature from what you'd expect from a freshman. And then I think Kiana Rios also today really acquitted herself really well and got into the game off the bench, and I think really helped us make a difference. And she was one of the players that I think helped us turn our willingness to keep in possession and to try and link with each other. And in the second half there, she was unlucky to not connect on a few final passes where she was seeing some windows, and she was trying to play some passes through for us that could have been dangerous. But I think largely we're a team that comes back next year. And so I think that the experiences that we've had Thursday and now today really set us up for continued growth moving forward. It's nice to get that first tournament win, but it also, I think, it leaves us hungrier for wanting more. And so we saw what that next level looks like today with Aquinas. This is a really good team. We know that we've got work to do if that's the level that we want to get, that we want to get to.
Yeah, just a quick look back. Obviously, you haven't probably thought about the season as much, but you know, obviously, first national tournament win. You got a 10-game win streak, which broke the record. First goal. Just talk about how this team kind of came together during, you know, about midway through the season and just kept going.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty consistent messaging, I think, from us as a coaching staff about the belief that we have to have in ourselves and in each other. I think the biggest area of a question mark for me coming into the year was going to be the mental maturity of the team. Obviously, losing Grace Sankson last year leaves a huge leadership void. And I think it took us 6 or 7 games to really have some players start emerging and stepping up and being leaders. And we've got a number of players now that do that in various different ways. And I think what that means is we've got just a well-rounded team. And once we started getting some wins about at the start of the conference play there, that winning feeling, I think, was contagious with the group. And then they also started understanding that what we were trying to set out to do was working. And so when you start getting results with the ideas that you're trying to implement as a team, it becomes a little bit easier to do that work because you're getting the reward of the results themselves. And then the run that we went on, I think it speaks for itself. This is going to be a team now that's going to live in the history books of the Concordia women's soccer program. The 10 wins in the season is a record. Obviously, the first goals in the national tournament, the first win in the national tournament, those are all amazing achievements. Those are glass ceilings that we've broken this year. But we want to do more. And, you know, we already thinking ahead, we have goals of where we want to have this program be next year, and it's building on what we've been able to accomplish this year. So I'm excited about the future, excited about the future of the women's soccer program at Concordia.
Yeah. Just lastly, it's obviously it just ended, but if you could just say some things about some of the seniors that were really big. So yeah.
I mean, we had talked a little bit as a team after the game. You know, this is a senior class who didn't pick me. You know, they didn't choose to come play for me at Concordia, but they have been nothing but excellent with me coming in on a transition. That's one of the hardest things to do, I think, as a college athlete. And so we can start from the back and work forward. But you know, Angie Banks this year being our captain and our starting keeper for the season. What just an immense presence she was for us this year, and I think she also started to find some of that individual reward of the work that she'd put in the time leading up to this year for her, earning the starting spot, but then also getting like second team all conference and really helping us get ourselves into that 10-game win streak, and where we are today is a huge part to Ange. And then you've got a huge group of players that are in front of her that some of the best people I know. And so this program's really going to miss the Sennas, the Lilies, the M's, the Kate Smiths of the world, because they do nothing but embrace their role, and they embody perfectly for me what it means to be good teammates and good leaders. And so what they will have forever is their hands all over this team that set some records for the Concordia women's soccer team. And hopefully we keep them involved as they continue now into the real world. Hopefully they're going to be uber successful, and I know they will be, so that they can in a couple of years fund a soccer field for us with all of the success that they achieve in their professional lives. So I can't speak highly enough of this group of young women. We're going to miss them immensely. I'm going to miss them immensely, because coming into a program, you just never know what you're going to get with the players who are already there, and I've only had 100% buy-in from that group, and we'll miss them. And also need to I think especially shout out the fifth-year seniors, Hannah Haas and Brady, that we've had to come back for us as well. Just huge legacies, huge holes now that we'll be looking to fill moving forward, and that's not going to be an easy task for sure.